Hey, it's Nancy here. How you doing today? I want to talk to you today about a subject that kind of eluded me for a while. It was a subject that people talked about in the online marketing world, but for some reason, I was just really having a hard time wrapping my brain around it, and that's called learn, do, and teach. Now, I am all my life I've been a traditional marketer and I've been successful in it. And to me, and the understanding in the traditional world is that people who teach because they can't make it in the real world, so they speak. Now that's a very old school statement, but I always had that stuck in my head. And in the online world, it is completely different. It is very important to learn a new technique or a skill and to implement it right away in your business and then to go out and teach it. Well, like I said, I had the hardest time for a very long time because of old beliefs and also because I really didn't have an online voice. I really wasn't sure who my audience was. So that's why it's so important. If you're in online marketing or you're starting out in it, you've got to be laser focused at who your audience is. So what do I mean about learn, do, and teach? In the learning phase, sometimes we get caught up in watching webinar after webinar after webinar because there's a lot of people that offer webinars. There is a lot of training out there. Some of it is good, some of it is not so good. And it's really tough to decipher which is which, okay? Especially when you're just starting out. And, even if you've been in it a while. But because if it's a new area to you, if the world of marketing on your computer, the laptop lifestyle is new to you, you feel that you don't know enough to be an expert at it because that's what I felt. I felt that, in the traditional world, you need a degree, you need that piece of paper to, in order for somebody to think that you are an expert. Well, it's not like that in the online world, okay? So we can get stuck in learn mode time after time after time. We're doing watching webinar after webinar after webinar, and we're not doing anything. We're not implementing it. And that's crazy because this world moves so fast, okay? A technique that is new now can be old 6 months from now. And that happens a lot, okay? Just because it moves fast. So getting into that mode, the knowing that you've got to implement something right away after you learn it, okay? And that means, just doing it, just learning it and doing it right away. And then going into the teaching phase. Once you learn something and then you implement it, it's time to actually cut a little video and talk about it to people, or do a screen share and post it to YouTube, do a webinar on it. That's the learn, do, and teach phase, okay? And that's it in a nutshell. But, it's really important to realize that, hey, you cannot stay in that learn mode forever. You're gonna get stuck. You're going to start to feel really bad about yourself, and that is not a good place to be, believe me. I was in that mode for a very long time. But now that I really have my mind wrapped around learn, do, and teach, and you know what the secret was? The secret was really honing in on who I wanted to talk to. So I'm going to leave you with that today. Read my blog post. I have a little bit more information in there. And if you want to connect with me, there is information actually at the bottom of the blog post. So feel free to connect, feel free to comment. I'd love to hear what you got to say about the subject, and we'll see you soon. And remember, you are wonderful beyond comparison. Don't ever forget that. Have a great day.